In this example, we're going to be graphing the piecewise function h of x it's given. The approach I'm going to use is actually using tables of values. The key is to focus on the domain, and you'll notice I've labeled the three sections of the graph with numbers 1, 2, and 3 in colors to kind of help you coordinate. I'm going to, just to stay consistent, I'm going to be creating these tables. So I'm going to call this G1 of x. And I'm going to start with, since x is less than 0, I'm going to make sure I have 0, and then I'm going to pick numbers to the left of that. I'm going to go out a little ways, and I'm going to say like -3. Since it's just the equation of a line, it's only going to take a couple points. I'll get -2 in there also, and that way we've got 3 points. Determine a line. That should more than cover it. If I fill in 0, I'll get 1 for the y-intercept. Fill in -3, I'll get -5. And if I fill in -2 to the appropriate equation, I'll get -3. So if I plot those over 0 up 1, I'm going to have an open circle there. Okay, -3, -5. Put a point. And at -2, I'll have -3. Those look like they align nicely. Keep in mind, I'm going to go ahead and hit this a little better. This is an open circle right here. And everything to the left, since x is less than or equal to 0. In red, I have another line with a negative slope. So I'm going to go x and G2 of x. And so I'm going to, once again, I'm going to make sure 0 and 5 are included on that list. Since it's a line, it's not going to take much more than that, so I'm going to put in like 2 and 5. So 0, I'm going to get 2. 2, I'm going to get -4. And 5, I'm going to get -13. So that's going to be quite a ways off the graph. Okay, we'll plot those over 0 up 2. Now earlier it was over 0 up 1. So I'm going to have this closed circle, since we have the equal sign there. It's going to be a closed circle, which is going to keep it a function. Over 2, down 4, and then 3, 4, 5, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So something like that. It's going to be an open circle down there because it's strictly less than 5. And I'm going to connect those, and it's going to look something like that. Okay? Then the last section is going to be a square root function. Now, a basic square root function looks something like this from 0, 0. So we're going to have this is going to be shifted to the right 4. I'm going to, just like before, I'm going to create this curve. I'm just going to use a couple extra points. G3 of x. I'm going to make sure I fill in 5. So that'd be the square root of 1, which comes out nicely. So 5, 1 over 5 up 1 is going to be a closed circle. Now, I want to make sure that I have a decent graph. I don't want to get square roots of like 3 and stuff like that. So I'm going to pick some numbers that are going to give me nice, neat values. I know the square root of 4 comes out nicely to be 2. So if I filled in 8 to that square root, I'd get the square root of 8 minus 4, which is the square root of 4, or 2. So over 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, up 2. And I know my curve's going to look something like that up there in the corner, so I should have a curve that looks similar to that. Goes on infinitely. That's the graph of my equation.